get to chat with Diane today. Super fun. Always great to spend time with you.
You too.
Like I said, you're looking luminous as always.
Thank you. Well, you have that eye, Jennifer, so but thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, so what do we want to talk about? How about, I would love to hear a little bit about, you work for yourself, you have your own consulting firm, but you've been doing that for a number of years, and you had previously worked in a corporate setting. What is it that had you kind of depart the safety of, your corporate life and go out to work for yourself?
Yeah, so thanks for asking. So yes, I've had my own business for the last 14 years, and it's a combination of consulting, doing strategic planning with creative problem solving, and also executive coaching. And I do a lot of coaching with women as well, executive coaching. So why did I leave the corporate world? I spent, I think it's about 25 years in that world, and I was in senior leadership as an executive. And along the way, I had adopted a baby girl on my own as a single mom. And I realized I just can't do it all, and it was probably by the time she was 7, I knew that, hey, I've got to do something different. I really want to spend time with her. And I was hiring a lot of different people to help. And I just thought, this doesn't make sense. So I left without a net, didn't really know what I was going to do, but I knew that I needed downtime and time with her. So I spent about a year just catching up and taking care of her. And then
Wow, I did not know that.
And then I started my business. So I've been in practice the last 14 years. And I'm so glad I did it. Yeah, there's no question. And the business has evolved. I started working with entrepreneurs and small businesses because I loved their passion and how much they wanted to grow. They didn't really know how to run the business side of it. And so I was able to help with all of that and coach them.
I'm learning new things about you. I've known you for a number of years, but now I'm seeing all of these various different leaps of faith. I knew you were already a leap of faith person.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a high implementer, so I know that sometimes it doesn't always serve me, not thinking before you jump, but jumping for me and doing is the way I do it. So,
keeps you inspired.
Yes.
Love it. Yeah. Well, thank you for explaining that. Those are some new things, like I said, so that's great.
Yeah.
How about, so now you've been working and leading, you're a founder, you run a team as well, so you bring in other team members as you do executive coaching, leadership coaching.
Yeah.
You facilitate board strategy sessions.
Yeah.
What is it about your brand? Because you did take a little bit of a pivot. It was actually beyond a refresh. I feel like you leveraged up.
Yes.
About, within the past year, you've been working on this. So what is it that led you to want to make that shift? And then I would just love to hear about your experience with your personal brand photography and how that worked to kind of get to your next level.
Yeah. So I decided I wanted to make a shift because the website and the brand I had was still kind of in that place of attracting small businesses and entrepreneurs. It was lovely, and yet it wasn't where I wanted it to be. And the up leveling of my brand was more around attracting more coaching clients, executive coaching clients, and really honing in on that piece of it, because I had been already coaching executives, but I felt like I could be doing more, and I really love it. And so I knew that my brand needed to reflect what I've been doing.
That makes sense. I remember that you had some original photographs of sitting on steps outside and kind of urban landscape.
Yeah.
And then when you and I had a consultation and discussed about it, we really wanted to executive that brand up a little bit.
Yeah.
Very contemporary, fresh,
Yes.
but energetic.
Yeah, exactly. So, when I met you and you had said, hey, well, let me kind of work on your brand, because if this is what you're going for, here's the kind of images I would recommend. And you gave me this brand.
Like a style guide.
A style guide.
Uh-huh.
Which, when I looked at it, I go, yes, you got me. This is exactly what I'm looking for.
Good.
And then, you were able to create the photographs based on that style guide, which was exactly what I was looking for.
Great. I'm so glad. That's good feedback for me, because that's a tool that I've been wanting to use so that I can kind of cast a vision, and then be literally on the same page. Like, this is kind of how I see you moving into that next level. And
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah.
I had such a fun time in the studio with you.
So fun. Oh my gosh. So, I would say that I didn't know what to expect. Like, I was like a little like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. What do I wear? What do I dress? And the thing is, you took care of all of it. So you said, don't worry about it. I've got someone to do your makeup. I've got someone to do your hair. Bring a couple of changes of clothes and we'll have fun. And you made it so fun that I just had a blast at doing it. And I think, Jennifer, the thing is that what makes your photography so beautiful is that you do see the beauty in everyone that you photograph. You have this ability, this gift to see it. And so it comes out. The photos come out beautiful, no matter who you're photographing. That is, sort of the best image, the best likeness of that person. And, you know how to work with lighting, you know how to work with timing and positioning. And you got to know the person on the other side of the camera is super comfortable. And that's the other reason those photos turn out nice.
Good.
Yeah.
I feel like I pushed you a little bit, because we took the midshipman's hat and had a little fun with that.
Yeah.
But in a way, I like looking back at that whole range. We have your business photographs. There was one in that fabulous, really mandarin orange, deep orange dress. That's very kind of spunky and vibrant, which I love, because you are spunky and vibrant.
Thank you. That's what I mean. You see all these attributes also, so with the style guide, it's not only the images, it's also here are the attributes. And so when you're creating that vision, it shows up in the photos as well. And it's really well done.
And your koi brand is very natural and sophisticated at the same time. Some people wouldn't necessarily put those together, but I see you as just being very fresh and visionary, as well. So all that.
Thank you.
Good.
So the afternoon, spending the afternoon with you, I think we spent 4 hours together, right? Between makeup, hair, lighting, and figuring out all the different ways of positioning. Was a really fun afternoon. It was so fun that it was days later I was still thinking about it and thinking, hey, this is better than going to a spa, because the end result is you feel great. And I had already seen, some of the photos you took, and I'm like, whoa, this is amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I'm starting a new 40 over 40 project. What would you say to women who are feeling, oh, I'm not photogenic, or why would I do this? Would you have any thoughts kind of looking back?
I think on both those counts, oh, I'm not photogenic, to know that your eye is well trained to get the sort of the best image possible of this person. Again, to allow the essence of their personality to come through and their beauty to shine. And you just know how to do it. And that starts with your own intentions. I know you do a lot to really cultivate that. And so to not even worry about that, because you're going to do a great job. And what was remind me of your second question again?
Well, just thinking about, question.
So the question was, what would you say if someone, said I wasn't photogenic and I'm uncomfortable?
Right.
So I would say to put their minds at ease, to know that you are so well trained in photography that you allow people to feel who they are, that their essence and their authenticity comes through and their beauty shines. The lighting, the right angles, and also how to put people at ease and be so comfortable. Like, it was really fun doing that photo shoot with you.
I'm so glad to hear that. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. I feel like that's my mission. I definitely want people just to be like, you are the one and only you. You know, you are really special, you're fabulous, and you're going to shine.
And you do that from the beginning of the engagement all the way through the end of working with you. And that's just really pleasant. It's like, oh, I get to see Jennifer today. It's so great. For the 40 over 40, to not worry about being photogenic, the other reason to do it is to really allow women to shine after 40, in their 50s, in their 60s, 70s, to know that you don't have to look like a cover model, that you can be beautiful and feel good about who you are regardless of your age. And I think that's why that project is so wonderful.
I love that. I photographed a friend of mine, Blair Layden, when she was 93.
I saw that photo.
And
it was amazing.
When we were finished, and my friend Gina was the stylist, she put on this fabulous black, like Asian silk, gorgeous outfit. And I was just like, this woman needs to be on the cover of Vogue. Like, she is a cover girl at 93. Like, why stop? Why are we thinking that needs to be some celebrity or somebody in their 20s or whatever? Like, every woman should be on the cover of a magazine looking outstanding. So
yeah, I agree. And just going back to my brand, which is one thing I didn't mention, is that my website is up and running. Those photos are all over on LinkedIn and wherever else you need a photo. And I just signed another executive CTO yesterday, woman, and another one on its way next week. So the branding helps tremendously. It's like people click on that link for your website, look at you, and the first thing they see are your photos. I do believe photography speaks more strongly than words. There's descriptions, but I've tried to be simple on that website.
Definitely. Yeah.
So the branding has helped a lot. I mean, that's just it did exactly what I wanted it to do.
Yeah, and your message changed through your refresh.
It did.
Process.
Yeah.
So.
It did, yeah, that too. So it was really great.
Great.
To have all that.
And you still look good in that white executive chair. Looking good.
Thank you. Yes, I like this chair. It's comfy.
Maybe you need one in your home.
I have one, but it's not as comfortable as this one.
Oh, well, we need to make it happen, Diane. You wear it well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all I had to say. Anything else that comes to mind?
No, I just emphasize it. Whoever you work with, Jennifer, men, women, all ages, will be extremely satisfied and are satisfied with your work. So it's just a really wonderful experience all the way around.